August 18th, 2023. I'm Brian. This is the WNBA Lean Show. Welcome back for another exciting episode. I've been gone for a couple of days. Last game we played, we did win. We had the under in the Mercury and the Storm a few days back. That game came in strong under for us. Today we got 5 games. I'm going to go over all 5. Just going to give you some guesses. Nothing super strong here today. I'm going to give you some things to look at, but I don't have any bets on this game. I always want to make sure you understand that. I'm not betting the WNBA. Looking at some preseason football, but I am excited about the NBA schedule that just came out yesterday. I'm going to be digging into that. If you like NBA, if you're looking to win some money this fall, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you watching. Let's get started. Dallas Wings going to the Connecticut Sun. Now, these two teams just played. They just played in Dallas. That's the last time they played, and Dallas did win that game. They beat them by 10. Dallas was getting 6.5. They win by 10. Now they go into to Connecticut this time around, and I'll be honest, they're catching what? What are they catching here? They're catching 3.5. I mean, it was a pretty good domination. I don't see how. I'm looking at this right now. This last game here. I mean, could UConn win the game? Yeah, Connecticut can win the game. But do I see Dallas staying inside this 3.5? They handled them pretty well in Dallas. Connecticut's been having a great season, but I think they might drop 2 in a row. I would lean Dallas in this game. I'd look for the Dallas Wings to stay inside this number. If I was going to bet it, I would want to look into that. I would probably also look under. I would try to find a reason to go under. Again, I'm not betting these games, but that's what I would look at for this particular game. Let's go into the next one. Washington Mystics going into the Indiana Fever. Fever catching 4.5 right now. Washington and Indiana, last time they played, Indiana won. That was in July of this year, 3rd week of July. Indiana beat them in Washington, 82-76. Probably one of the games that I had suggested to take Indiana. Either way, I will tell you this: Washington and Indiana gonna be a game where I think the Mystics are gonna come into Indiana, and I think they're going to. In fact, yeah, I do believe that they're going. The Washington Mystics are going to come in and cover this spread. I think they are. I think if you're going to bet this game, you want to probably look at Washington minus the 4.5. It just depends. And this game might go over-ish. 162.5. It opened at 160. I see it at 162.5 right now. That's a lot of points. That's 2.5 extra points. I maybe don't play the total if I'm looking at this game, but I am looking. If I'm looking for a reason to bet this game, I'm looking at the Mystics. I'm going to try to justify betting that. I'm not betting the game, but that's what I would do if I were you. Now, let's go to the Chicago Sky going into Atlanta. Now, this is a very interesting game. Why is this interesting? Because Atlanta has been dominating this series. Both of these teams aren't good. They're both sub 500 in both regular wins and losses, and Chicago does have a better record against the spread. Atlanta's played them twice, actually 3 times this year, and they've beaten them all 3 times. Atlanta has beaten the Chicago Sky all 3 times. The last one was in Chicago. They beat them by 11. However, this could be the day, right? This could be the day. Chicago Sky catching only 2.5 right now. That's not a lot of points. It wouldn't be enough for me to bet this game. But if I'm pointing at this game, do I think there's a shift here? Do I think that the Chicago Sky come in Atlanta and upset the Atlanta Dream? Is it possible? It is possible. Atlanta hasn't been playing very well lately. Chicago's been playing the same way they've been playing all season, kind of spotty, but they are covering spreads. Atlanta's dropped 3 of the last 3 games and 5 of the last 6. The last one against the Aces on the 13th, they got crushed by 21, absolutely fell apart in the 4th quarter. I thought they were going to stay in that game. I was wrong in that game. However, I think the Sky is going to come into Atlanta and probably cover this spread. That's my thought on this game. I'm not betting it, obviously. Just want to be transparent with you. That would be my lean in this game. Going to the next game, the Liberty and the Phoenix Mercury. Weird here because the Liberty just got blown up by the Aces after they beat them a day earlier. They're on a back-to-back here after playing the Aces twice in a row, but they're on the back-to-back because they just played the Aces last night, and they got smoked pretty bad. They go into Phoenix. Phoenix is catching 12. Man, I don't know how, listen, Liberty, can they cover this game? They could, but it's tough. It's tough. I wouldn't bet this game. I really wouldn't, because Liberty coming off of 2 tough contests, 12-point spread. Phoenix isn't good. Obviously, the Liberty's been dominating besides the Las Vegas Aces, but can they stay over this 12? They probably could. Can they cover the 12? Probably. They probably can cover it. Would I bet it? No, I cannot. Okay, last game here. Minnesota Lynx in the storm going into Seattle. Seattle catching 2. Do I lean with the home team here? Do I lean with the road team? These 2 teams here, if I can be honest with you, they're just not good. Although the Seattle Storm is 17-12 against the spread, and the Minnesota Lynx is 16-13 against the spread. So they're both winning against the spread. They can't win games, though. They have trouble winning games. What does that tell me? That tells me probably go with the dog. I would probably take Seattle in this game. They played twice this year. Minnesota has won both, but they went to overtime last time. I would probably take Seattle plus the 2 if I was betting this game. I'm not betting this game. Appreciate you watching. We got back into the action. Tell me who you're going to play tonight. Leave a comment below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We are going to crush it here coming up very soon.